Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About. And today I've got game 2 of the Division 1 campaign, which we started off in the last Let's Talk About. And today I think I will be talking about Pepe Reina and the fact he has now left Liverpool and has gone on loan to Napoli for the season. So this move, moving Reina away was something which was very, very likely as soon as Liverpool signed Simon Mignolet from Sunderland for £9 million. Reina had been number one for a good 5 or 6 seasons for us and had done very well, and was a real top professional, a good guy, and someone who the fans really liked. I really liked him. I thought he was a fantastic player. You know, he had his dodgy moments, but all in all, he was a fantastic goalie for us. You know, we picked him up for £6 million, I think it was, from Villarreal. And at times, you know, we turned down a £20 million bid from Arsenal a couple of years ago. This is a guy who is he's just a professional. He really is. He's the heart and soul of the team. He's a big part of the Spanish team as well. I know he doesn't play, but he's a big part of the group. You know, if you've seen their celebrations after the World Cup in the square, he's basically emceeing the whole event, introducing all the players, and you know he's a great guy. It seems that came across on the Being Liverpool program as well. So Reina moving was one which was very likely as soon as Mignolet signed. Originally, it was thought he was going to go to Barcelona, but Barcelona are sticking with Valdez for another year. Although Valdez is leaving at the end of his contract, it would seem still. So everyone thought Reina was off to Barca at the start of the summer. You know, I think Reina was quite happy to go to Barca, but that didn't come through. That didn't go through because of the fact that Valdez wanted to stay for another year. So it left Reina with very few options, really, in terms of where he could go. And the thing was, I don't think Rodgers was particularly happy with Reina's, let's say, flirtation with Barca. So when it came down to Rodgers in press conference saying that he wanted 2 number ones fighting out for one position, that was just him saying that to keep Reina's price relatively high. So basically, he was always going to leave. That is the story. Basically, he was always going to leave. And Napoli is a great place for him to go to. You know, they seem to be buying a lot of Spanish-speaking players. You know, they got Gonzalo Higuain now, who I will be talking about in a different video. They've got Jose Caljon, Raul Albiol. So, you know, it's a great fit for him. And he gets to play on the Rafa again, you know. A fantastic manager, someone who I respect very much. And yeah, I think it's a great move for Reina. You know, he's got Champions League football. Napoli came second in Serie A last year. I'm not sure where they're going to be seeded. I would imagine it's going to be as a 3rd seed, because they do have a bit of Europa League experience, but not much in the Champions League, I believe. So in terms of whether I would prefer Reina or Mignolet, I really, really didn't mind if we didn't sign Mignolet and kept Reina. I can completely understand why they've done it. Why the owners have done it. Because of the fact, you know, they're trying to make the squad younger. And they thought Mignolet was a good price. You know, £9 million for a guy who's played very well for Sunderland over the last couple of years. I think it's a good price for him. So I honestly really didn't mind keeping Reina for another year, but I guess you have to change things eventually. You know, Liverpool's very much a family club, and we've lost quite a few big names over the past few years. You know, first Xabi Alonso and Javier Mascherano, and now Reina and Kaut as well. You know, big parts of the team for a very long time. So it is really a real changing of the guard in terms of the personnel now. We've gone very young. You know, we've got Luis Alberto, Iago Aspas, Coutinho, Sturridge. You know, these are young guys. Mignolet as well, 24 years old. He's a relatively young guy. So, I can understand why we've done it. I'm looking for a new feel to the club. Carragher's retired now. So, especially Gerrard. Gerrard and Lucas are the two now. And also, I'm not expecting Reina to be back at Liverpool. I would imagine Barcelona will look to sign him next summer when Valdez goes, unless they go after Mark van der Stegen from Borussia Mönchengladbach, who I think they seem to be relatively interested in. So, I really hope Reina does well. I wish him the best at Napoli. I hope they have a deep Champions League run for him. And he can win a trophy or two there. It'd be really good if they could challenge for the league. I know they lost Cavani, but Higuain's an adequate replacement, most certainly, for Cavani there. So, guys, that I think just about wraps it up for all I wanted to talk about for Reina. And yeah, I think that's it. Next time I will probably be speaking about Gonzalo Higuain. I was going to put them both in the same video, but I wanted to give them both separate videos. Now that we're doing one game per Let's Talk About. So Higuain should be next up, I would imagine. I do want to address the Monaco situation at some point as well, but I think that might have to come later in the transfer window. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good day, and I shall see you in the next episode of Let's Talk About.